Today's horoscope from Astro Academy, Gemini, September 29, 2022. A potentially healing or confidence-building conversation might occur with a partner or best friend. It's a good day to hash things out. We're a day shy of a new moon, making it better to wind down than up, and taking some of the pressure off makes sense. If possible, aim for enjoyable, quiet, and pressure-free activities as you prepare for an upcoming busy period. Work, routines, habits, and health are the themes coming into sharper focus and power. In preparation for the new cycle beginning tomorrow, you might envision goals related to your daily routines and health. Today is useful for reflecting upon the improvements you've made in your life regarding leisure, romance, and playtime. Look for ways to relieve stress, and pay close attention to communications that might point you in the right direction towards healing. Today is a nice break from brainy astrological energy, as there are no major aspects or transits today. Luckily, the moon is in balanced Libra, which is asking you to find some stability with your creative professional endeavors. It can be the perfect lunation to weigh the pros and cons of your creative options at work. You could also tap into the lunar energy to reflect on any commitments or business partnerships that you are currently considering. The lunar energy is perfect for weighing your options without the pressing need to commit to anything. In the lead up to Venus, the planet of money's return to your financial sector tomorrow, there is a sense of anticipation in the air but a need for a wait-and-see approach. With Venus returning for what should be a 24-day visit but instead not leaving until March 2022, the more you can go into this with your mind and your options open, the better. The position of the heavenly bodies supports you with energy to really act on behalf of others. You enjoy the feeling of helping other people succeed against the odds. However, you must also pay attention to yourself, otherwise you will quickly grow resentful of what others have that you lack. This is called affliction. To avoid being afflicted, make your diet and exercise the priority no matter what. When you take care of yourself physically, you notice all your other needs more readily. After 4 weeks in your relationship sector, Venus, the planet of love, is preparing to leave tomorrow, but not before leaving a clear path for the planets that will follow over the coming weeks. This makes this a day for putting reality on hold and instead listening to your heart, with Venus' aim being to leave you with a better sense of what you want from all your relationships. This comes on a day when the moon is making a timely push to find a balance between work and play. Just as the moon is wrapping up its last visit to your romantic sector before Mercury ends all planetary activity on the romantic front, Venus, the planet of love, is spending her last full day in your relationship sector. While there isn't the same urgency on the relationship front, with more planets following, this is a day for taking both matters of the heart and your relationship seriously. Your savvy planetary ruler, Mercury, will join forces with the moon in Libra via your romantic 5th house of love, passion, pleasure, and self-expression today, which means you're getting ready to vocalize your heart's desires. To top it off, the moon will be in harmony with Venus via your committed 7th house of agreements, compromise, and significant others, bringing forth the opportunity to rekindle the romance with your special someone. Keep in mind that the same goes for those of you who are single and ready to mingle. Romantic opportunities are afoot, but Luna's square to powerhouse Pluto could intensify feelings in the process. The cosmic climate gives you the emotional security to pick and choose what you want. Whom you communicate with, what you have for dinner, when you go to bed, these desires are made clearer at this time. On the other hand, be on the lookout that certain areas of your life don't fluctuate with your changing moods. You should try to exercise at least 3 times a week. If you fail to do so because you just weren't in the mood, I guarantee your mood will worsen. Our eyes in the sky. Today has an eclectic energy that could feel both scattered and psychologically challenging at times. This morning's moon in Libra makes it a little easier for all of us to process. When Pluto squares the moon, those in relationships take a closer look at their commitments. This is going to mark a time where your mind is influenced by your own desires. Over the weeks ahead, you might wish for something to happen to the point of obsession. Remember that everyone is going to be feeling these same vibes, so you aren't alone. This energy can bring gains and losses. You might feel like you're unable to take any action at all, like you're stuck in place. It could seem as though your mind is a prison, but it's up to you to decide how to navigate through this minor storm. The reality is that as long as you have curiosity and creativity, you're unstoppable. It's only when you are hard on yourself that it feels like you're stuck in an emotional swamp. On the upside, this energy winds down when the moon enters Scorpio later in the day. In the morning, retrograde Mercury in Virgo trines Pluto in Capricorn, the second of 3 trines between these two planets. The first occurred on August 22nd, so look back to this date to make personal connections. This influence grants us a penetrative mind. We detect the hidden rationale subtly underpinning and guiding our interactions. We can even investigate occult principles or further define our astrological awareness. However, because Mercury is retrograde, it might be hard to communicate everything that is going on in our heads. While we're adept at working and reworking ideas at a conceptual level, something is bound to become lost in translation if we attempt to explain ourselves. This is perhaps the true intent of this transit, to determine when it is wise to reveal, versus when it is wise to keep silent. The final trine in this series, with Mercury in direct motion, will occur on October 6th. This week may bring some strange feelings from your past, or perhaps past lives. You could feel somehow boxed in or forced toward a certain conclusion. Aspects affecting your employment sector mean that you need to focus more attention here to make your work meaningful and lucrative. Mid-morning, the Libra moon squares off with Pluto, provoking power struggles. Perhaps we want to share a secret, but it would be purely for our own gain. Our inclination to form relationships based on gossip could be to curry favor or gain a tactical advantage. What we're really battling with now is our own perceived lack of agency. Once we become aware that fear is steering our choices, we can start to take back our power. The moon enters its void of course following this aspect's perfection, suggesting we use this time for introspection and keeping our mouths shut.